Let me say a special good morning to listeners via Classic Radio or viewers via GBN TV. Good morning and welcome also social media listeners and viewers out there, whether you via the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, the GBN's web page, gbn.gd. Good morning and welcome. It's another edition of To The Point, today being Tuesday, the 11th day, after a bit of a extended weekend, we could say, for a wee bit. Like the week started, on a Tuesday. But nevertheless, hope all is well with you. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you did enjoy your Easter holidays. What did I do? Let me think about it. I did so much that probably trying to catch up with what's going on. Anyway, it's a beautiful day on the outdoors. I would say the sun is out in its glory. Got a lot of work this morning, and sun is out. It's going to be a pretty, really humid day, I suspect. Anyway, our edition of To The Point today will certainly be an open line edition, which means you have the option of calling in 435-2041. Tell me what's up. How do you feel? Of course, how was the Easter holidays for you? You could probably chime in on that. There have been so many other social issues that are going around that you probably want to chime in on. Feel free to do so on today's program. And let me say congratulations to Team Grenada being part of the Carifta Games, which wrapped up yesterday. And yes, we certainly hold our own out there. Congratulations to the team once again. The individuals who are part of the team, you performed, and certainly gained the respect of all of us here in Grenada, and we are so happy. And yes, we are also now chosen to host the 2024 Carifta Games. Will be held here in the Spice Isle, and so I'm assuming the authorities are gearing up for that. And that'll be certainly nice to know that we'll be able to host the games next year. So feel free to give me that call, 435-2041. Let me know what's up with you this morning. Feel free to call in and share your views and concern on whatever issue you think it's of relevance to you. It's also of concern to you that you would like to speak about it. And maybe there's something that you would like to express to the authorities out there. Hey, I want to tell you folks that you know. And maybe someone out there is listening, and certainly would like to, work on that bit of issue that you may speak about this morning. So 435-2041, 435-2041, and our social media audience out there. Good morning to those of you via Facebook. Good morning. Those of you already chimed in and said good morning. Let me say good morning to you also, and thanks for being part of To The Pod. Let's take hold of our very first caller this morning and say good morning. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome. Caller,
How do you do?
I'm doing fine, sir.
How was Easter?
Pretty quiet one for me. I did loads of things over the holiday, over the past few days, but I could consider it pretty quiet for me.
Nice seeing you. This is Grislin right here.
All right, Grislin, how you doing, man? Everything's all right?
I okay for the time, but I don't like the way the police and the treat the school child. And they give right for that. I don't please about that as a mother of children.
I didn't get that point you were making. Repeat. Would you mind repeating?
How the policeman and them they treat the school child. Or the bus terminal in town.
Okay.
Because over here was grabbing him, one holding the left, one holding the right hand. I didn't see do anything. And they still want to give the police and them right because I didn't hear you say anything because I was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, like, they give them right and I don't please about that as a mother of children.
Okay. All right.
Yes, it's not nice.
All right.
Yes, have a blessed day.
You too. Have a great morning yourself.
All right, JT.
All right. Thank you so much. I can't respond to what she said because I know not about it at all. I certainly know not about it. And, well, I wouldn't even dare to go beyond that. Anyway, 435-2041, 435-2041. Cynthia B via the Facebook page. Good morning. Thank you so much for being part of it. We have, should I try to even answer, say your name. Is Bilal Amin Roberts. I hope I'm getting your name right, sir. Let's say good morning to you, folks, and thanks for being part of To The Point this morning. The open line edition, folks. Feel free to give me that call, 435-2041, 435-2041. Let me hear your views, your concerns, whatever it may relate to this morning about this beautiful Spice Isle of ours. Let's try to keep it the topic, if we can. Mainly on issues about Grenada, because sometimes we tend to divert, go to other things that is of sometimes I sometimes in my personal opinion think it's a bit irrelevant to what's happening with us, So if we probably keep it home, keep it home just a wee bit, it probably will serve us better. 435-2041. A bit folks are a bit slow on the calls this morning for whatever reason. Guess folks are still getting over the holidays, the couple of days that they had off. But we do have a caller. Let's see what this caller has to offer. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Morning, my GT. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. What about you?
Hanging in there in the name of the Lord.
All right.
Getting stressed out with neighbors around that giving me a kind of problem, which I don't like, and I can appreciate that. But I take it to the Lord if I call the police already this morning because his neighbor parking your car straight in the middle of the walkway. And this morning I went in to put my waist on. There was no place to put it down because the car packed up right there. Telling him about it. They're not moving it. It's going to be up a few nights. But every morning you go in, the car is parked there. I mean, people have to understand this is private property. And if they're living there and they have to have a car to park, either they park it at the side of the road or ask the landlord to get somebody to give them back the car. But they're not doing it. It's just like confusion, I don't like to make in war with people because I'm a child when I love to pray for the whole world. I pray for people when they're going the wrong way that they should go the right way. They leave it all to God and God will do the rest. And because the police call me, I call them, I talk to them and they say they're going to do something I don't want they would do. But if the car's still parking there, I just have what to say again. I can't be bothered.
All right.
And I want to tell you, I thank the Lord for everybody this how long Easter weekend holidays we had, who went to church, thank God they go and listen to the word of God. And all those who had an Easter holiday yesterday, this beautiful, lovely day we had, the beaches and so. No accident, no anything affair, no beach.
Well, I certainly haven't heard of any major accident happening, so I guess all is well. I haven't heard of any.
Yeah, because we didn't hear any accident or anything like that, so I'm glad that God, take care of everything good for them and they drive safely. They just be locked down to ride the roadside, they do it right.
All right.
So they just keep on doing the right thing and everything will be all right. Just drive slowly, take your time on the road, and you're going to reach where you're going on time.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great morning.
Have a blessed one, darling.
You too. Be good. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's say good morning to Ernesto. Good morning. Thanks for being part of us this morning. The viewing audience out there via the Facebook page. And he's saying, I hope I enjoyed my Easter. Something I did. I did mention that. Even though I did tons of work over the Easter holidays. But I certainly did enjoy it. And he asked if I need bunny eggs. It's something that I have never gotten into, so I'm not sure how I can respond to that. Anyway, good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, GT. How you do?
I'm doing fine. What about you?
A good, man. A good. How was your holidays?
You're good. It was pretty good.
I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm so happy that so far I haven't heard any big accident and so on, and that's very good. No drowning and the sea, and that's very good. But the sad thing is that I've heard about the church that deteriorated, fell down, the one at Granville. But GT, talking about that old church, that old church was a disaster waiting to happen for a very long time. And I understand under the past administration that old church was there and ready to fall down. So the former administration received so much billions to do that church, and now it's nothing has done to the church, and it reached that stage.
You sure they received billions? I mean, is it okay? Is it right to say that? Sometimes you need to not repeat stuff of a third party talk because it could get you into trouble.
No, that can get me into trouble because according to the television news, that is where I get my information from.
But did the news actually say they received billions?
On the media. So if I'm wrong, I don't think the media wrong.
All right.
And we would like to know, GT, so many monies I'm hearing from the media that came to Grenada to do certain projects. and the project hasn't yet started. Where is the money? The people in Grenada, we can't say, well, the money for the church went to this program because we don't know. We never heard anything. Where is the money? People suffering in Grenada. I'm calling on the minister, Peter David. Peter, come out and say what you know. Look at the people in your village, your constituents, that voted for you repeatedly. And the people are suffering in poverty, man. And if you know, well, you was there in Parliament, you're supposed to know, you're a lawyer, you know how to investigate and all that. Come out and say something. Is the money hidden somewhere or something? Come out, Peter, and speak.
All right. Well, certainly hope we hear something about that sooner or later. We will hear something pertaining to that and hope that it could be rectified or fixed if it still can be fixed. Hearing of that the falling apart of that old church there yesterday. Happy that no one was injured, and certainly hope that something will take place now. It's either it be totally demolished. I'm not sure as a stage that's gotten to right now if there's any restoration work can be done on it. Maybe just the final option or the only option that may be available is to totally demolish it. So we probably will hear from the authorities what decision they certainly will make towards that. All right, so we'll certainly await what will be the final outcome of that. 435-2041, the open line edition of To The Point this morning. If you do have a matter of concern, feel free to calling and express it this morning. And certainly hope that we can go through as smoothly as ever. 435-2041, we're moving now to 12 minutes after 9 o'clock this morning here on To The Point. Let's see if we could entertain another caller. Certainly lost that caller there. 435-2041. Hey, good morning to those of you via the social media platforms, those of you via our YouTube channels. Good morning, Facebook channel, Facebook page, I should say. Good morning to you also. And let's see some of the comments that are flowing through here for now. And we have Antonio saying, tell us about the money from the Carlton home too. Peter can't talk. He is still an NMP allegedly. Good morning to everyone coming there from Michael. Let's entertain this caller. Oh boy. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome. Caller, good morning. And caller, suddenly hang up. 435-2041, 75. And we have Sir Thompson saying, why didn't they not pray for the church and get Jesus to maintain it? That's a totally different direction you want to go there, sir. Anyway, good morning to you. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I just hope Canadians are seeing what usually happens here. We always wait for something to happen to speak out. That was a potential danger. Yes, now. There's a sign erected there that says danger, keep away. But you see, we don't see ahead. We always wait. And my question is, what are the authorities doing? Drive around Grenada, and you will see how many walls are leaned, ready to collapse. We had an incident in Hope. There's a sign there still. So the other part of the wall is going to fall soon. So we're just waiting for that and hoping that it's not you or I that may be driving or walking and that happens. With regards to not speaking out, let me tell you, in politics, you have to keep your mouth muzzled at times. That's how it goes, because you go into politics and you're hoping to achieve things, but the head, if he says, no, I'm not giving you that fund to do that, this is not a priority now, nothing gets done. That's why we have ministers going in there, people going in there, and nothing happens. Let's hope one day the system is going to change and Grenada is only then going to go forward.
Thank you for your contribution, sir. It's very, very, of course, important contribution you made there. Very relative point. So let's go to our relevant, I should say, point. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you,
I just wanted to listen in this morning, but I had to intervene because there are more questions than answers. Morning, Grenada. Now, people have, well, close to the road, people have their private property, they build retaining walls, and when he reach a certain stage and he fall down, the whole of Grenada cry now go, government see thing, and government should have done something about it. People have to understand some of these things is in private people property. What happened? Why the clergy? I'm hearing nothing from the churches these days. Nothing concerning all this violence going on in Grenada and in the schools and this happening and that happening and rape and all this. I'm hearing nothing from the churches. I don't believe the government of Grenada was responsible or is responsible for repairing any church in Grenada. And I have no apologies for saying that. They have the churches have an association that's supposed to deal with that. If they need assistance, probably where labor is concerned, they maybe go to government or the Ministry of Labor. But where finances is concerned for the churches, I don't believe the government of Grenada have anything to do with that, because I never heard about Church of Grenada and Church of this. All I'm hearing is Church of God and Church of Baptist and Church of wherever. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to get me wrong.
I'm getting your drift. Mm-hmm.
You know? So, I mean, look, I see a road by me here. You reach a stage, everybody using the roads. I went to the ministry. I said, I don't have to send no team of people inside it to repair the road. Give some of us the material, and on a weekend we could fix it. Mm-hmm. But we're waiting for government to send a gang in to do it. I remember the days, this road up inside where I live here in Grand Mall. We used to make like a block wall and buy cement and gravel and sand. Every weekend we walk in.
All right.
Till government saw. But these people up inside here really need a good road. Then they send a bulldozer in. That's how we have concrete road up inside 20-something years and more. Right. You can't wait on government to start to come in and do things. And I get so sick. Sometimes the pressure does go up to here when people call the station.
Yeah, but don't let your pressure go, man. Don't let it go.
Nah,
don't let it go.
You have a good one, my brother.
You too. Take it easy. Point taken. 435-2041. 435-2041. We're due for a first break this morning. Let's take it. We're coming right back. Stay with us here on To The Point. The open line edition this morning. We're coming right back.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and the regional cricket tournaments. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local, regional, and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
Here's what customers had to say about Domus Windows and Doors.
The service was excellent with Domus.
Excellent customer service.
Just out of frustration, searching, and just came across you, and I think it was the best, one of my best find ever.
A good feature is that I didn't have to install any burglar proofing on the door because they have laminate glass.
The manufacturing time was on point.
Thanks for what you all are doing. I will continue to be a customer.
Visit Caribbean Shutters, Windows and Doors for Domus quality UPVC solutions.
Records at the traffic department shows that a total of 1,000
Hey, welcome back to our listeners and viewers this morning. It's To The Point for today, Tuesday, 11th day of April, within the year 2023. Good morning. Open-lined edition this morning. Viewers, listeners, you have the option of calling in, share your views and concerns. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, GT, a pleasant good morning to you. I choose wasn't to talk via that medium for a long time. But when I hear certain things, it brings me to a conscious mind. In the understanding, well, let me go straight to the point. Now, this whole thing about the old church, there must be a church committee or a SEDU or a different frame-up of people that deals with this whole aspect of things. I know over the years, I'm from St. Andrews, and this used to be the way things happen. So when you come and blaming government and all these things, let me get it back. You understand? And the gentleman that spoke, I think, two away, he rightfully said it. A lot of times we talk of things that we don't know. So let me try to get it back and before we speak.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard anything from the church for a long time. You understand? There's so much things demised in this country that the church is supposed to be speaking out against. And they're not saying anything. Yes? Yeah. Let me say to you, politics is like a cult, and somebody said it before too. I just want to endorse that. Politics is like a cult. They don't speak everything, right? They leave a lot of things to be questioned. So there's much more questions than answers, and we will get it. That would be done. Yeah? Tell us who in politics. So this is my thing.
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. Let's grab a couple of the comments. The comments have started to build a wee bit on the Facebook page before we entertain another caller. We have Alyssa saying, blood must be shed in Grenada. I'm not sure if I could go through this whole comment, but before anything is done to fix anything, the old police barracks in the town, there's that wall and the lower side of the center cemetery. Guess there's some issues there. We also have Deanna saying, of course, I agree, government ain't have to repair no church. If they want to have it as a historical site, fine. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Just a little thing.
Go right ahead.
Towards the churches abide by certain doctrinal issues, and that is what speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
That is what speaks. They don't have to come out and say anything about this thing. You know? Okay.
Your point taken. 435-2041. 435-2041. And we still have another comment there from Alistair. He's saying, tell us who got the millions years ago to preserve the same old church in Grenville. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
GT.
How are you doing, sir?
Let me ask you a question, and I'll leave it so that the public can answer.
So you're going to ask me for the public. You're going to ask me so that the public can answer.
That's right.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Someone talking about private property. You have a wall that is leaning over, a mango tree.
You there, caller, or you left? Well, I'm not sure what happened with the caller there. He started saying something and then he somehow dropped out for some reason or the other. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, GT.
How you doing, sir?
I'm glad to get through. Unfortunately, I think people that misconstrue things. In the case of the church is a national treasure, was a national treasure.
Mm-hmm.
That's why citizens and others together and so that we get assistance from friendly organization, the EU, to restore the church. But of course, the heavy hand of the political state got involved. And of course, we know what happened, as was with the case with the money that was sent for the Coast Guard after Hurricane Ivan. Mm-hmm. We didn't get the Coast Guard, and probably we haven't got it up to now. And the money could not be accounted for. Now, so it's not about the church, it's about the church building. After a time, things become the collective asset of everybody, regardless of it. Like the schools. the churches started the school, but who's paying the salary of the teachers now? The state, we all. Because education is a good. Just so that antiques are good for us, both for our psychological and our historical purposes. So when you have the wastage, as we are allowed to happen in that old church, and there I must identify, I must involve the name of Steve Pashihi. There were others, but I know it. He religiously, sacrificially dedicated an enormous amount of time. He had an obsession in seeing this church restored, just as he was trying to do in Las Vegas with the whole stuff there. And of course, the history is how he was treated. And instead of recognizing his contribution, he being an American, an Iranian American, and then Grenadian citizen, he was abducted by the authority and ceremoniously deported from Grenada on the 3rd of May, on the 4th of May, 2003. So we have to put responsibility on those who allowed this thing to happen. And the thing was allowed to languish for years. And so it's no value now. It's destroyed. We could have saved it. Now, of course, there were structural challenges that the folks had to overcome. And we could have got resources mobilized. It's the same thing with the public library. How could a people, and let me say that, how could a people justify not having a public or national library for more than 10 years? Something had to be wrong with our thinking. In other places, some people's heads would have been rolling. We can't. I mean, the thing that are valuable to us, the old church was one of those. It has history. Whether we like it or not, it had history. Slaves built it. People, our ancestors built it. For heaven's sake, let us wake up and see what we have and cherish it rather than trying to give away things for nothing, for paper. We call money. I mean, for heaven's sake, let us be much more mindful and live in Grenada, not in the sky, thinking about we can become America and whatever. We need to really think. And finally, the season of hurricane is about to come on us.
All right.
I'm not convinced that we are doing anything to prepare ourselves for eventuality. We are behaving as we normally conveniently think, oh, God is a Grenadian, so we wouldn't suffer similar thing like the people in Mozambique and in Madagascar and so on have suffered recently, where a hurricane came in twice and stayed long. So we need to do something, and we could only do it together, and we are not working together. We are working against each other, and some people who should take a holiday from the political landscape are creating havoc in this place. They should go and rest. Please, thanks.
All right. Thank you for your contribution this morning. Pretty lengthy contribution there. Certainly you said a whole lot. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's grab some of the comments via the Facebook page before we entertain another caller. And someone is saying, caller, the person you are speaking about could never behave the way he was behaving here in Iran. He would have been history. And we have Sylvia Child to say, I want to say, Anne Graves, and she would probably want to say hello to her. I think she was speaking a little bit higher up in the comment section. So she just want to say hello to Anne Graves. Again, she did something for the senior homes in terms of what she does for the senior homes. I think I was reading that comment, so she just want to thank her for what she did. Why Grenadian people want the government to be responsible for everything? The lack of knowledge is what making people always think that way. That was a comment there. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number if you want to get on live here on To The Point. Good morning to you, caller, and welcome.
Hi, good morning, Mr. GT.
Good morning to you, sir.
I think it needs to be clarified. I don't think people are expecting the government to rebuild the church or any of the structures in the country that are on people's private property. But this is what I understand. The government or the authorities, whether it be whatever ministry or government entity, has the right to protect the public So if you have a mango tree that's hanging over in the road, close to a school where school children are passing, you are telling me the government or the authority has no right to protect the public from a potential hazard? They have the right to tell you, listen to me, you need to trim that tree or remove that tree. Otherwise, these are the consequences. Why in Grenada we pretend when we know in foreign countries you are warned, you are given a time limit. This has to be broken down. This has to be moved. Your car is a public threat. Remove it from there. You have this timeline and so forth. We always think that the government has to bail or move. No, 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 no. They have a right to protect the public from a potential hazard. That's what they need to figure out.
Thank you for your contribution this morning. Certainly understanding a whole lot. 435-2041, 435-2041. And let's entertain another caller. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Mr. Telesford, good morning, and hope you had a good Easter.
Oh, certainly you did. How was yours?
Very quiet, very nice.
Okay.
Mr. Telesford, everybody have a right to make a living by whatever means in Grenada. But in so doing, people must present the things that they have on display for sale, for the public to buy, and the method. It's a shame. There's a person right next to the fish market in town that does barbecue. Mr. Telesford, if you see the condition of the grill and a piece of old galvanized on top of it that is protecting it from, I don't know if it's from dust or from the street. People must take pride in doing things and presenting things that would create an impact so people would pass and say, oh, she doing good or he doing good. For instance, there's a gentleman too who does nuts right next to that barbecue person. This gentleman have a very nice table, well put away around his little place there is clean. And if you see how this gentleman dresses, up to mark, he and his daughter, they wear red jerseys and red pants, and you could close your eye to buy something from these two people to eat or to drink or to buy their nut. And some people have things thrown on the ground in town selling, toss here, the things that they prepare their stuff in. It is a disgrace. People in Grenada take pride in doing things to survive or to make your dollar. Take pride in your country and in yourself. Have a good day, Mr. Telesford.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. And in a simple way of summarizing what the caller said, presentation. Some folks know how to present things, and others may not be able to present it in a proper manner. Simple way of saying that. Hey, good morning to Ernesto. Somehow I'm not seeing any of your previous comments. You're telling me to take a look at your comments, but I'm not seeing your previous comments for whatever reason. Let's take this caller before the break. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
Doing pretty well.
I want to congratulate the young men that went and put Grenada on the map.
Mm-hmm.
May God bless them. Continue to be strong, young men. Continue to be good. God have the hands upon you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you also for being part of it this morning. And thanks, I guess the whole of Grenada is congratulating them. And certainly they did make the island proud. Let's take a break. We're coming right back with more of your phone calls. Stay with us here on To The Point.
On Saturday, April...
Records at the traffic department shows that a total of 1,447 accidents were reported for the year 2012, which includes 3 road fatalities. 2,946 accidents were reported for the year 2022, which includes 8 road fatalities. This is a significant increase of 104%. This is alarming. When a family tragically loses a loved one, does it matter whether by means of a gun or a motor vehicle? To avoid accidents, drivers and pedestrians alike must exercise extreme caution when using the road.
No, that's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to The Point for today, Tuesday, the 11th of April. It's an open line edition this morning. Feel free to call in 435-2041. That's the number if you want to go live with that particular issue. Seems to be a dominant issue this morning as folks are talking about the actual collapsing of that old church in Grenville. Lots of folks are talking about that this morning. Folks have various views about it, who the concern should be, of who should be responsible for it, and so forth. That seems to be the dominating talking point this morning. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Not bad.
Happy Easter, sir.
Same to you.
Right. I'm calling and I will tell you where I'm calling from. I'm calling from Montrush.
Montrush. Mm-hmm.
Right. Since in October last year, when they had the thing talking about put out your bulk garbage for your Christmas and the truck going to pass and pick it up. They put out a set of thing on the ground and the bin right in Montrush and the hill in the junction. They put out an old washing machine, some old fan, and thing on the ground there. The truck, they don't pick it up since in October last year. It stay on the ground there and other people put thing with it. It end up now that they bring an old mattress, they throw it on the ground there, old mattress spring, they throw it on the ground there. And they take a set of pallet where they take it and they come and they dump it on the ground there recently. Right? And the people that's supposed to pick up that, since it's October last year, you know, they say put out them thing, and the people put out the thing. They don't pick it up. So the other people, when they come out with the thing, they just come and they dump it.
Have you tried calling the folks from the solid waste and to find out what's the reason or reasons why they haven't picked up, pass and pick it up?
I called the gentleman by Mr. Steele. He come right on the ground there and he told me he's not picking it up.
All right.
He told me he's not picking it up. And he know if he's listening, he know definitely who's speaking. Right, and whosoever listening knows.
But did he give a reason for not wanting to pick it up?
He said they had a no dumping sign, they said not right putting it. But if the people living in the community, you put it out on the radio and on the TV to put out the garbage, this thing, the bulk stuff, in October, that is October last year, and up to now, he never picked it up.
All right. Well, that's a bit of a concern there. So
right, but I will say it for him to hear.
All right.
Right, and the next thing I want to speak about, talking about the church in Grenville that fell up. Yes, we see the people see it and they understand what it is. What about the one, the health center, they paid the police quarters by the health center in town, next to the police quarters, what falling down on the ground, they're begging how much time to settle it, next side of Andal, right away people crossing the street. When you come up there, you have to stand up there to cross the street if traffic coming. What about that wall that stand up there initially, know when you want?
All right.
Who's supposed to fix that? Not government?
Well, most likely
government, because government building.
It should. Well, I hope they will look into these things before we have another incident like what happened there on Sunday. I mean, we thank that no one was hurt. You understand, but we don't want anything of that happening again.
Right. Then we had the next one, which is the old public works to come up the step with them trying to go up on top of the thing up there to go by below the police quarters. Watch how that crumble down again. The same thing again. So when people speaking, they must look around, walk around and watch. All them old building and them that government supposed to take care of, they're taking care. Look at the one, the Parliament building on Church Street. Watch it.
All right.
The government, the people who is an authority, they rather too lackadaisical.
All right. Thanks for your concern, man. Thanks for your concern. Thank you so much. 435-2041. Let's grab a couple of the comments via the Facebook page this morning. And on this though, don't keep it too lengthy, please. I have a suggestion for the Honourable MP for St. Patrick, Joseph Andela, concerning the police station location where it is presently. At Ms. Gulridge's shop, I hope I'm getting the name of that, where the rent has been paid. Well, where we have an old public works falling down in the tongue of Sates, which is a shame, which is shameful. I should say that's what it should be. So I am calling on the MP Andel to take action now, demolish that building, and locate the police station and put back the public works on the upstairs of the building. Why are we paying for rent when government have building falling apart and can be put into use? All right, and that's let's grab another comment there once again. Good morning, all. Hope everyone is well with everyone. Everyone had an enjoyable Easter. Coming in from Alpha Veronica Ferre, and saying that the Dr. Mitchell and former president of the Senate, Chester Humphrey, to say a word on the behalf of the SGU workers that are being dismissed so indiscriminately by the university. It is heartening to hear that the university that teaches psychology and other courses dealing with mental health has sending an email to workers informing them that their service are no longer needed. These workers were praised by the former PM and senator for complying with the demands of the university to take the vaccine and in order to keep their jobs. Only last week, another batch of workers was dismissed. And where is the labor movement to speak for these workers? Hypocrisy much. And that's a comment there from someone. Let's entertain another caller. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Should be to the point.
Yes, it is. Go right ahead, please.
My concern is about the people smoking and dropping the cigarette butt all over the place. You see, outside is extremely dry. So people need to be paying attention to this thing. Cigarette, like they finish smoke and they just throw the butt all over. And it's very dry season we have. That is my concern right now. Have a lovely day.
You too, caller. Have a good one. And that is certainly a relevant point there. So smokers out there, if you smoke, you should, of course, distinguish that cigarette totally. Make sure it's totally distinguished before you discard of it. All right? Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Morning.
Good morning, Jesus.
I have to come back here just 2 seconds. You know, it came to my understanding that the Catholic Church own a lot of property in the town of St. George and, well, in Grenada on a whole. You understand? So when I hear people talk, and government in the past didn't have much properties to put on buildings and whatever to house certain ministry or whatever. So government had to go and rent from private people.
Mm-hmm.
So when I hear people talking about, the police barracks thing in town, I don't believe government go just reluctantly be reluctant to repair it. And you're housing them, the people playing the pan and all this thing on that same area opposite. And
Mm-hmm.
so we need, as a caller said, further back. We need to get it facts straight. Find out who some of these properties belong to. Look how many years Postle Place burned down in Tongue. Used to call it Postle Place. Look how much years. Up to now, nothing has been done on that piece of property there yet. So, it leads to ask a lot of questions. Did that property was belonging to the Postle and Postle family, or they was renting? So, come on, Grenadian people.
All right, caller.
Let's wise up and find out. Let's find out. We have what it takes in Grenada to find out who some of these properties belong to.
Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. And someone is saying here, we have, of course, lots of old government billing that can be republished and put into use instead of government paying a rent to private people. And everybody muzzled is off now. That's a comment there by Marilyn. Let's grab another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, thank you. Now, there are many dilapidated places in the country. One, they need to investigate who it belongs to. If they don't have people that occupy these things for years, government have a right to take it over and do something with it. So, all they need to do is go around the field, investigate, and these dilapidated places that nobody owns it for years, that government have the opportunity to take, just take and do something with it. Thank you.
Thank you for your contribution also to call. I'm not sure it'd be as simple as the government could just go around, investigate who the dilapidated building belongs to and just take it. I'm not sure it's as simple as it can happen, as simple as that. You understand? I understand what the direction you want to go with it, but it may not be as just simple to do that. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Good morning.
Good morning. It's kind of saddening to see every day you have people looking for transportation to get home after work. It's kind of sad in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And busmen, no matter what you do, when they check their money and they see $400, they stop work. They stop work for the day. And most of the buses are not owned by the people that drive it or work with it. So you do have a problem. How do you fix that? The only solution, I believe, to that problem is a government bus service. Now, previous government, even this one, refused to go down that road because they believe that it's unpopular for voting, for vote. Because the busmen have to kick up and get on, they're going to lose vote.
But caller, let me ask, do you think that government getting into a bus service will be the answer to the problems that we're having? Do you believe that?
The answer is that problem being solved by most countries. Each and every productive country have a bus service.
I'm not saying no, but sometimes we cannot always rave the comparison to Grenada with somewhere else. What may work somewhere else may not work in Grenada, You understand?
Well, if you can't work in Grenada, then in Grenada is not a country. Because most productive countries for bus service.
I wouldn't say we're not a country, but things that we always seem to want to rave the comparison because something is working somewhere else. It's actually going to work here.
So let me ask you the question: How would you solve that? If you leave your transportation issue among private owners who stop working?
I am of the opinion if there's a proper transport service being organized in Grenada. And the bus service
by private men?
Well, if government may have to organize it themselves, have the private men be a part of the whatever association they want to have, and properly have the bus service regulated properly. I think it has gone to a really chaotic state right now in order to fix it. You understand? But maybe something has to be done in terms of having it regulated properly where buses are given the opportunity to run at particular times. Then we would not have the issue that we're having.
So how do you get remember I told you that most of the buses here are not owned by people who drive it and work it.
That's understandable. That's why I'm saying something has to be done where where conversation has to be had with the owners of the buses and some association comes together and fix the problem if it can be.
But some owners can't even talk to the drivers and the conductors.
Well, they have to find some way. They have to find some way of getting that solved. You understand?
But the only solution, I believe personally, the only solution government have to stand on their foot. Because really and truly, you start to see people. You see, the country cannot develop. When you see people can't get.
I agree. Somebody got to take the authority and put their foot down, as you so rightly mentioned. Somebody got to take the authority.
You cannot depend on these people because they're not reliable. So why were you waiting for them to get reliable? This is laughing because I'm telling you, when 6 o'clock, no matter what you tell the people, they stop work. And some of them too vexed with the passenger. They say, "Oh, you remember this morning I passed your street and you didn't take the bus?" So they then dropping them back home. They vex them. So you cannot let this plan control the market. You need to. The government have a responsibility, you know.
So I'm not saying government don't have a responsibility, but I'm saying the situation has deteriorated so much. When something has deteriorated that bad, it's difficult to fix. You understand?
Well, no, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Well, as I said, it's just an opinion I'm having, so maybe you may vary. You too, man. Have a good one. 435-2041. 10 minutes before we wrap today's program, we due for a break. Let's take it. When we entertain more of your calls when we come back. Stay with us, folks, here on To The Point.
COVID-19 spreads from person to person through the droplets that are produced when someone coughs or sneezes, which makes it easy to spread between people in close contact. Now let's get prepared to stay healthy.
To reduce your chance of catching or spreading COVID-19, practice these simple everyday preventative measures. Droplets can also land on surfaces, so ensure that you wash your hands frequently for a minimum of 20 seconds or sing the happy birthday song twice. Avoid touching your face, especially your eyes, nose, and mouth. If soap and water are not readily available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with an alcohol content between 60 and 90%. 70% is ideal.
When you cough or sneeze, cover your nose and mouth with a flexed elbow or a tissue. Dispose of the tissue immediately and then wash your hands. If you notice someone has a fever and cough or other symptoms of respiratory illness, avoid close contact when possible. Let's all do our part to ensure that each and every Grenadian remains healthy. Our health is our collective responsibility.
Feel good facts. Help prevent cold and flu by washing your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. That's the time it takes to remove most germs. No soap and water? No worries when you've got alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers, to our final segment of To The Point this morning here on Classic 105 and GBN TV. We have approximately 8 minutes left on today's program, which means we have about 5 more minutes just for calls only before we wrap. Let's entertain our first caller in this segment. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Morning, Glenn.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
Not bad, not bad.
Now, I used to be in the bus business.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the bus association. I was the general secretary, a vice president, president at a short time. The problem with buses is that bus needs to be regulated. You have to find a place in the south where you could put a turn-in be like a terminus.
Mm-hmm.
So a bus could enter there. You could have bus coming down from St. David's, from different places, dropping off people, loading, going back up, but you have like a big central area. So instead of bus running while looking for a load, they are regulated to go to different areas within certain time. So that, you know, and then you could even rotate the buses. So you have buses running in the morning period, then they reach a certain time, they stop, and then you have buses take over the evening shift. So that they won't be borne out. People you always see on the road nowadays is bus running down bus too. To me, like, they didn't even study passenger, they're only studying to run down one another.
Caller, your points are so relevant. I couldn't even respond to you because it's certainly the kind of idea that I'm having in myself. You understand?
So I think that's one of the major where we had discussion already with the police and other traffic departments and so on to try to see if we can come up with a solution. The police even suggest that same. But so, buses.
Well, why is it not? Why is it, caller? Why is it not happening though? Why is it not happening?
Well, you see, busmen are focused on the money, the 250, not on the passenger. If you ask them how many passengers they carry from point A to point B, nobody seems interested in that. Now, if we know we're carrying 3,000 people from Grand Anse from Tongue to Grand Anse, we know that we had to have a certain amount of buses to do that. So
why, caller, may I ask you another question, sir? But why was it allowed to deteriorate to the level that it's at right now?
Well, you see, the thing about it is that the busman believe that bus business belongs to somebody else. They don't believe it's their business, you know. Only when something affects them. Then you see they run and think they quarrel, and if they had to pay when they had to pay the 150, and if they're not in the association, they'll pay $2. They run up and down quarreling. Oh, they have to pay so much for the tunnels. You understand? But they are not focusing on the job. The job is what is important. We have to know how much people we transporting, what we do, organize ourselves. Busmen need to get involved in more sporting activities.
Caller, let me ask you this final question before we wrap. Do you believe maybe government should take over the bus association and implement the various rules that will govern the running of the association?
Well, I would say take it over. What I want to say, put a hand in it, get involved in it. You understand? Be more interested in how it operates because we see when the government was operating buses what took place.
All right.
We had the same problem with the people, the drivers, everything. Bus breaking down, that problem with this, problem with that.
All right. Thank you so much for your contribution,
okay,
caller. Appreciate it a whole lot, and you made some really relevant points there this morning. For minutes before we take a wrap for today, folks, and we come into the end of today's program. We may have time to maybe entertain one more caller. Caller, you may have to be pretty short with your comments before we this morning because we're about time to wrap up. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. No. The sanitary inspectors and them, they need to pass around in field trips and take a look at the places. Some people, they're just using the garbage and they're passing and they're leaving it all in your place. Time after time, I have to get up and only picking up things. Even the road I'm trying to clean because of pollution.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Folks, that's where we take a wrap for today's program. Certainly appreciate all the contribution this morning, especially those who via our Facebook page, those who called in. Thank you so much. Certainly do appreciate it. Join us again for another edition of To The Point. Will be tomorrow, once the Almighty permits, health, strength, and everything else in between. We'll be here to accommodate you and host the program for you. That's where we say goodbye, folks. Be good to yourself and others. Have yourself a lovely day. What's left of it. Be good. I'm out of here.